If you're watching this video before April 30th, then out of over 1 million Virgos in the world, this message was meant for you. This isn't a coincidence. It's divine timing. It's destiny knocking. And you're the only one who hasn't stepped up yet. What if I told you that all the heartbreak, delays, and detours weren't punishment, but preparation? Because April isn't just a month for you, Virgo. It's a cosmic portal to the wealth, purpose, and power you've always sensed was out there, waiting. Let's get something straight. This isn't just another astrology video. This is a wake-up call, the kind that grabs you by the shoulders and says, hey, everything you've been through, it's been leading up to now. Because April isn't just a regular month for you. It's charged with cosmic momentum, the kind that shifts identities, breaks cycles, and yes, opens doors you didn't even know were waiting. See, I'm not going to waste your time with fluffy affirmations or generic feel-good lines. You've probably heard all that before. I'm here to tell you something different. You are on the edge of something real. But, and here's the kicker, the universe can only meet you halfway. You've got to show up, fully. Mars is moving through your 10th house. That's your career, your purpose. It's like spiritual rocket fuel, but if you don't direct it, it'll burn everything in its path. Add to that the eclipse energy rocking your 1st and 7th houses, your identity and relationships, and we've got a full-blown energetic shakeup. And if that wasn't enough, Venus is retrograde. So yeah, love and money are up for review. You might feel like you're losing it, but trust me, it's the universe clearing the clutter so you can see what truly matters. Here's the deal, Virgo. You can stay in analysis mode, or you can leap. You can wait for things to feel safer, or you can move while it's still scary. Growth isn't comfy, but neither is staying stuck. So what's it gonna be? Part 4, 5, Tarot and Prophecy, Spiritual Message. All right, Virgo, let's dive into your cards for April. And wow, this spread? It's not playing. It's loud, it's clear, and it's calling you out, but in the best way possible. Let's start with the Magician. This card is like the universe looking you in the eye and saying, you've got everything you need. Now what are you going to do with it? You've been collecting the tools for years. Life lessons, wins, failures, intuition, talent. This card is asking you to put it all on the table. You're not missing anything. You're just hesitating. Then we've got the Two of Wands paired with the 10 of Pentacles. This is about standing at a life crossroad. One path leads to what you already know. It's safe, predictable, but honestly kind of small. The other, it's expansive, it's uncertain, but it's where legacy lives. And here's the catch. That path won't wait forever. It's like the universe is giving you a limited time offer. So if you've been sitting on a dream, that book, that move, that conversation you know you need to have, this is your moment. Don't ghost your own potential. Now here's where it gets emotional. The 3 of Swords shows up with the King of Cups. This is heartbreak and healing all in one. Something from the past is still bleeding through. Maybe a breakup, a betrayal, even self-doubt that was planted in you by someone else. But the King of Cups says you're more emotionally mature now. You can handle this. You can let it go. You can choose peace over pain. Then there's the 6 of Cups. Sweet, nostalgic, deep. Someone from the past might be lingering. And yeah, it could be romantic, but it might also be a piece of you that you forgot. A dream you buried, a version of yourself that was fearless. This card asks, can you reconnect? Can you remember why you started? Now, the Devil. Ooh. This card is always a wake-up call. There's something, a habit, a relationship, a mindset that's keeping you small. Maybe it's your fear of failure. Maybe it's the way you always put yourself last. The Devil isn't evil. It's familiar. It's that thing you keep going back to because it's comfortable, not because it's right. It's time to break the chain. Now let's zoom out, because all this isn't random. Spiritually, this month is a portal. Your angels are loud and loving. They're saying, you are seen, you are supported, but you've got to trust your role in this. It's not enough to be chosen. You have to choose it back. There's a moment this month, and I want you to circle this. April 30th. It's not just a calendar date, it's a cosmic alignment. The sun and moon will reach a powerful, energetic peak. That means new beginnings, baby. Real ones. Not the kind you talk about but never do. The kind you feel in your chest. And look, I get it. Trusting the unseen is hard, especially for Virgo energy, which loves clarity, logic, and planning. But faith is a muscle. You build it by using it. The more you move without having all the answers, the more the answers start to show up. This whole month, it's not just about making money. It's about aligning with your truth, your path, your destiny. Tarot is a mirror, astrology is a map, and your intuition, that's the GPS. If all three are pointing the same direction, stop second-guessing and go. You are not being tested to break you. You are being tested to reveal you, the powerful, intuitive, resourceful version of you. The one who doesn't just survive, but builds something extraordinary. So here's the invitation. Don't just consume this message. Respond to it. Take a step. Say yes to the thing that scares you, because that's usually where the magic begins. Part 6, 7, Astrology Insights, Personal Story. All right, Virgo, it's time to zoom out and look at the bigger picture. I'm talking about the sky above you and the energy it's beaming right into your life. Astrology isn't some abstract woo-woo thing. It's a cosmic weather report. And this month, let's just say the forecast is intense, but full of potential. Let's start with Mars, that fiery go-getter planet. It's lighting up your 10th house, which is all about your career, your purpose, and how the world sees you. This isn't some little nudge. This is like a cosmic fire under your seat saying, do something, build something, go for it. Now, with Mars energy, here's the deal. If you don't direct it, it can become chaos. You might find yourself impatient, irritated with coworkers, frustrated by delays, but that's just the energy asking for motion. So ask yourself, what's one bold move you've been afraid to make? This month is the time to do it. Now, eclipses. Yeah, they're the wild cards of astrology, and this April you're dealing with 2 of them. A lunar eclipse in your 1st house and a solar eclipse in your 7th. Translation? Your identity and your relationships are both under cosmic construction. The lunar eclipse is asking you, who are you now? Not who you were, not who people expect you to be, but who are you becoming? And the solar eclipse? It's shaking up your connections. That might mean partnerships ending, new ones forming, or just deep realizations about who's really aligned with you. And don't even get me started on Venus retrograde. When Venus goes backwards, she's not being mean. She's being honest. You might feel like your love life is on pause or like money is slipping through your fingers. But it's all feedback. The universe is showing you what needs to be healed, what's no longer working, and where your values have shifted. Pay attention. What feels off isn't random. It's a message. Now let's shift gears for a second, because I want to share something personal, and maybe, just maybe, it'll sound a little like your story too. When I started this whole journey, the channel, the readings, all of it, I wasn't some expert. I didn't have the perfect background or a polished setup. I had fear, sure. I had doubt. But I also had a tug in my gut that said, go, speak, try. I remember one night sitting in a tiny apartment, bills stacked up on my table, wondering if anyone would even care about what I had to say. I hit record anyway. My voice shook. My lighting was terrible. I stumbled over my words, but I posted the video. And you know what? Someone watched. Then another. Then another. And suddenly I realized that my imperfections weren't disqualifiers. They were the very things that made me relatable, that made me real. Virgo, I know how deeply you care about getting things right, about showing up in integrity. But let me tell you, done is better than perfect. Progress beats polish. And right now, you are being invited to step forward in a big way, even if it's messy. You don't need a full plan. You don't need to know how it'll all unfold. You just need the courage to take that first step. And if you're thinking, yeah, but what if I fail? Let me flip it for you. What if you soar? What if this risk changes everything? So here's the lesson I learned. The universe doesn't require perfection. It requires participation. You've got to show up to receive. You've got to say yes before you see how. And I promise you, when you start walking in the direction of your purpose, things begin to line up. People appear, opportunities flow in, and even the setbacks, they start to feel like setups for something greater. So take this energy, the Mars fire, the eclipse revelations, the Venus clarity, and channel it into a project, a decision, a conversation, a boundary, a dream. This is your month to move, not perfectly, not even confidently, just move honestly. Because at the end of the day, you don't have to be ready. You just have to be real. Part 8-9, Virgo's biggest traps, the millionaire mindset. Let's get real, Virgo. We need to talk about the traps, the mental loops, the habits, the patterns that keep holding you back. Because here's the truth. Your mind is brilliant, analytical, deeply thoughtful, but sometimes it turns into a prison. One of the biggest traps for Virgo energy is perfectionism. You've got this inner voice that whispers, "It's not ready yet. It's not good enough. Let me just tweak this one more time." And suddenly weeks have passed, months. The dream is still in draft mode. I've seen it. Then there's the overthinking. Oh man, Virgo, you are the master of playing every scenario in your head before making a move. What if I fail? What if they judge me? What if I succeed and can't handle it? Sound familiar? You want to make the right move, I get it. But in trying to avoid mistakes, you often miss the window completely. Let me say this with love. Clarity comes through action, not before it. And don't even get me started on comparison. You look around, and it seems like everyone else is already crushing it. They've got the career, the partner, the travel pics, the business, the lifestyle, and you're still figuring it out. That comparison game is brutal and completely unfair because you're comparing your behind the scenes to someone else's highlight reel. You don't see their breakdowns, their fears, their late nights. You only see the filtered outcome. So what do you do instead? You freeze, you stall, you make another list, set another reminder, watch another video. But don't move, and then you beat yourself up for not being where you think you should be. It's a vicious cycle. But here's the thing, Virgo. This month, it's your chance to break that cycle, to choose progress over perfection, to act before you're ready. Because honestly, ready is a myth. Nobody ever feels 100% prepared to level up. You prepare by doing it scared. Let's pivot now into something that could completely shift your life if you let it, the millionaire mindset. And no, I'm not talking about get-rich-quick schemes or fake abundance talk. I'm talking about the inner frequency that attracts wealth and keeps it. Money doesn't come from hustle alone. It comes from alignment, from showing up with the belief that you are worthy of receiving. If you're constantly doubting yourself, if you're walking around with this low-key fear that you're not enough, guess what? That's the energy you're putting out. And energy, it's magnetic. Money is just energy, and energy follows focus. The more you believe in overflow, the more overflow shows up. The law of resonance says, you don't attract what you want, you attract what you are. So here's what I want you to do. Start speaking abundance, even if your bank account says otherwise. Say things like, I am open to receiving, opportunities are drawn to me, money supports my mission. Say it out loud, even if it feels awkward. Your brain believes repetition more than reality. Then, feel it. Close your eyes and imagine what it feels like to live that version of your life. What does it look like when your bills are paid with ease? When you wake up excited to work because you created it? When you give freely because you're not operating from lack? Tap into that. Next, act like it's already happening. I don't mean fake it. I mean align your behavior with your future. If you were that successful version of you, what would you do today? Who would you email? What would you post? How would you treat your time, your health, your creativity? Start doing that, one step at a time. And most importantly, surround yourself with that frequency. Follow people who inspire you, not drain you. Listen to stories of people who came from nothing and built something incredible. Study energy. Learn how money works. Heal your relationship with receiving. This isn't about manifesting a mansion overnight. It's about becoming a match for the life you say you want. It's about holding your vision when reality tries to convince you otherwise. You're not just chasing money. You're expanding into someone who can handle the responsibility, the impact, and the joy that comes with it. So here's your challenge, Virgo. For the rest of this month, act like the version of you who already made it. Speak like them, think like them, move like them, and watch how life starts to mirror that energy back to you. Part 10, 11, What to do before April ends, Mike's story. All right, Virgo, now that we've unpacked the energy, the mindset, and the patterns, let's get to the action, because nothing shifts until something moves. And the stars, they're screaming at you to move. So let's talk about what you can actually do before April ends to align with this wild cosmic support. First off, I want you to choose one thing, just one, that you've been procrastinating on. Maybe it's launching that side hustle. Maybe it's having that uncomfortable conversation. Maybe it's just cleaning your space and making it feel like a sanctuary again. Don't overthink it. Choose the thing that keeps whispering to you late at night and take one step toward it. Not the whole leap, just a step. Energy builds when you move. Second, invest in yourself. And I don't mean that you have to spend a ton of money. I mean energy, time, attention. Maybe that means signing up for a free masterclass or buying a book that's been on your list forever. Maybe it's finally booking a session with someone who can help you break through a mental block. You are the best investment you will ever make. And when you put energy into you, life meets you there. Third, write a letter to your future self. Seriously do it. Sit down with a pen and paper and write to the version of you 6 months from now. Tell them what you're doing today, what you're working on, what you're hoping for, and then speak as if it's already happened. Thank them for being brave, for staying committed, for not giving up. Seal the letter, put it somewhere safe. Read it when the next eclipse season rolls around, and just see how far you've come. Fourth, cut the toxic tie. You know exactly what I'm talking about. It's the habit, the relationship, the story that plays on repeat in your head. The one that says you're not ready, not good enough, not worthy. It's time to let that go. And it might not be a clean break. It might be messy, emotional, uncomfortable. But it's necessary. Sometimes letting go is the most powerful thing you can do. And finally, spend a day offline. Like really offline. No phone, no scrolling, just you, nature, a journal, or some music. Give your nervous system a chance to breathe. Let your intuition speak without the noise. That one day can reset your entire month. Trust me on that. Now I want to tell you about someone named Mike, because honestly, his story is one of the most Virgo things I've ever witnessed. Mike was the definition of practical. A spreadsheet-loving, overthinking, logical guy. He had a job in finance, lived in a city he didn't love, but it was comfortable. He did everything by the book, saved his money, stayed in his lane. But deep down, he was dying a little bit inside. Every day felt like a copy of the one before. No passion, no spark, just checking boxes. One night he stumbled onto a video kind of like this one. He almost clicked out, thought it was nonsense. But something made him stay. And the message? It hit him right in the gut. It wasn't even about his exact situation, but it was about choosing. About stepping out of the loop and into possibility. That night, he wrote down 3 things: move cities, start his own business, reconnect with music. 3 things he'd secretly wanted for years but never had the courage to even speak out loud. Within 2 months, he did the first one. Moved, rented a tiny apartment in a new city, didn't know anyone. But something in him came alive. A few months later, he launched a freelance consulting business using skills he already had but had undervalued, and slowly, client by client, referral by referral, it grew. But the wildest part? He started writing songs again, not for fame, just for himself, for healing. And it opened something in him that he didn't even realize was blocked. A year later, he's not a millionaire, yet, but he's alive, aligned, peaceful, and abundant in ways that go way beyond money. And yes, the money is coming too. Mike told me something that stuck with me. He said, the day he chose himself, the universe started choosing him back. And Virgo, I believe that's exactly where you are right now. You don't have to do something huge. You just have to do something honest, something aligned, something brave. Because your April isn't about waiting, it's about moving. Even if it's just one step, the universe is watching, the energy is primed. And your future self, they are cheering you on. So what's your move? Now, if you're sitting there thinking, well, that's Mike, and I'm not him, pause right there. This isn't about comparing your journey to his. It's about seeing what's possible when you stop letting fear dictate your pace. Mike didn't have it all figured out. He didn't win the lottery or stumble on some magical answer. He made one brave decision at a time. That's it. And so can you. Maybe for you, it's not about quitting your job or moving cities. Maybe it's about finally showing your art to the world, opening up about your healing journey, saying yes to a collaboration, saying no to something that drains you. The universe doesn't need big moves. It needs bold ones, honest ones. And remember this, momentum is sacred. One small action leads to another. You'll start to feel it, the shift. Your confidence will rise not because everything's perfect, but because you prove to yourself that you can move forward even when it's scary. So before this month ends, ask yourself this. What does my aligned life actually look like? Then take one single action that moves you closer. That's how Mike did it. That's how I did it. That's how you'll do it too. Oh, and before we go, here's something wild. Based on what I've seen in the chart, if you were born between September 4th 9, you're holding a frequency this month that's strongly aligned with legacy level wealth. September 15th, 19, you've got breakthrough energy around creative purpose and monetizing your passion. September 22nd, 23, your karmic cycle ends this April and something totally new begins. Part 12, 13, Soft CTA Money Magnet Coin, Final Message and Teaser. Let's switch gears for a second, because I know some of you have been listening, nodding, maybe even crying, and you're thinking, okay, I feel it, I'm ready. So what now? Well, if your intuition is lighting up, if your heart is racing a little, if your soul is whispering yes, I want to introduce you to something I created with intention, the Money Magnet Coin. Now listen, this isn't some lucky charm or magic trick. It's not going to drop $1 million in your lap overnight. But here's what it is. A daily anchor, a reminder that you are the source of your abundance, not your job, not your relationship, not your circumstances. You. I created this coin because I needed it myself. I needed something tangible to hold in my hand when the doubt crept in, when the fear started whispering, "You're too late. You're not enough. You'll never get there." I charged each one with affirmations and full moon energy. And yeah, I write a personal note with every single one, because this isn't just about a product. It's about energy. It's about belief. It's about aligning your physical space with your spiritual intention. Some people carry theirs in their wallet. Some keep it on their desk. Some sleep with it under their pillow. But every time they see it, it brings them back to purpose, to confidence, to trust. And let me tell you, when your environment starts supporting your vision, everything begins to shift. So if you've been feeling stuck, scattered, unclear, maybe this is your sign to grab something that grounds you. You can check it out at the link below. And hey, if it doesn't call to you, that's okay too. You don't need anything outside of you to start. But if it does, if your intuition gives you that little nudge, follow it. Now before we wrap, I want to leave you with this final download. Because April isn't just any month. It's not just a cycle passing through. This is your permission slip from the universe to begin again, to say yes to the calling you've been ignoring, to break up with the version of yourself that plays small, and finally step into the timeline that was always meant for you. And I want to hear from you. Drop your birth date in the comments, because I'm going to be doing some extra tarot pulls for different Virgo birthday groups down there. I want to connect with you, to speak directly into your story. And while you're there, let me know. Have you ever felt like the universe was testing you? Let's talk about it. Let's make that comment section a sacred circle. No shame, just truth. And hey, I need you to stay close, because what's coming in May, it's next level. The kind of energy that sets the tone for the rest of the year. I've already peeked at the chart, and let me tell you, it's not just big, it's breakthrough big. So if you haven't yet, make sure you subscribe, hit the bell, stay in this space. Because I'm not just here to give you forecasts. I'm here to walk with you, to grow with you, to keep reminding you that your timing is divine. And your story? It's just getting started. Virgo, you are the magic. You are the magnet. You are the moment. Let's make this your month. I've even had people message me saying the moment they started keeping the coin close, their mindset began to shift. One woman told me she carried it into a job interview she was terrified to take. And not only did she get the offer, she negotiated a higher salary because she felt grounded. Another guy used it during his morning meditation as a visual reminder that abundance flows when we show up with courage. It's not the coin, it's the commitment it represents. It's the daily decision to believe in yourself. And if there's one thing I've learned through all of this, the videos, the readings, the growth, it's that people don't just need information. They need reflection. They need connection. That's why I want this space, this community, to be more than just content. I want it to be a conversation, a place where we remind each other what's possible. So, Virgo, don't just watch this and move on. Participate. Anchor in your energy. Take one of the action steps we talked about earlier. Light a candle. Say a prayer. Speak out loud what you're ready to receive. And if the coin calls to you, let it be part of your practice. You're not doing this alone. The universe is walking with you. I'm walking with you. And there's an entire wave of energy behind you saying it's time. Let's not waste another season doubting. Let's not delay our dreams because of fear or timing or what ifs. You are already enough. You are already aligned. Now you just have to act like it. Coming up next, the May portal for Virgo is big, like legacy shifting big. Stay close. The next video will show you exactly how to step through it.